I don't know if you know this, but I've actually been on YouTube for 10 years now. It's so crazy to think that I have been on the internet since 2012. But if you do not follow me on YouTube and you want to see like more videos, stuff about my life, I would love if you could go and just subscribe to me there. It's free. You can see all the videos. I post tons of really random things. I'm trying to post more as well, and I love requests. So if you want to follow me on YouTube, you can type in Fit Sid at the search bar, or in the description, my link for my channel will be there. But my channel is Fit Sid. So it's youtube.com/FitSid, I believe. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I do have a YouTube channel before we jump into this podcast and have some fun. I'm your host, Fit Sid, and welcome back to Dirty CEO, where we go balls deep into the reality of what people are really thinking. Now let's get into it. Dirty CEO. Hey everyone, it's your girl Fit Sid, and welcome back to Dirty CEO. Who do I have here?
Hi, I'm Nekomiiya, but you can call me Himena Lynn.
And what do you do?
So I do OnlyFans full time.
And how did you even get started? Like, I'm kind of curious because, like, you are so bubbly, cute, adorable, but, like, I don't know anything about you. Like, you're kind of an enigma to me.
Yeah, okay. So actually, there's this really weird cosplay to work pipeline.
Yeah.
So I went to my first cosplay convention when I was 11 years old. Watched my first anime in second grade, you know. So that kind of like always really intrigued me.
Mm-hmm.
The more I started cosplaying, the more I realized that girls will do like sexy cosplays or like bikini cosplays, right? So when I was 18, I did my first boudoir shoot, like ever. Was
it a cosplay one or just boudoir?
Yeah, it was a cosplay one. It was Asuna from Sword Art Online. Oh. And I just got some like white lingerie, like her wig, and I was really looking forward to turning 18 and doing this.
Yeah.
So then in 2019, I shot with a photographer, and I was like, I actually don't look that bad.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I actually started with Patreon first, selling just photo sets.
Like boudoir stuff?
Yeah. Like I just did lingerie stuff, boudoir stuff. Eventually, I got
What year was that?
2019.
Okay.
Yeah, 2019. And then I started getting more cheeky with like suggestive stuff.
Yeah. And that was on Patreon too?
Yeah, that was on Patreon, but I wasn't making like a lot of money. Like I was not really making anything, but I kept on doing it because
you loved it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a creative at heart, so it was just like fun.
I think that's why you and I already get along because so you know how you said 11 for your conventions and stuff?
Yeah.
When I was 12, I was in the beauty industry and I was going to, do you know what IMATS is?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so like I was going to IMATS. I was partnered with Style Hall
for
YouTube.
Super cool.
Like I've been a YouTuber for 10 years. And when I did that, like, okay, my first videos were definitely, you could tell, first videos, but I was passionate about it because like when you're a creator, like you start young.
Yes.
Find what you like. And then even if it evolves and changes into then you get to that point and you're like, oh wow, like I really like the aspect of like making this, doing this. Like your photo shoots when you started might have been PG.
Yeah.
But like the aspect of the dressing up, the being yourself, being able to like put yourself in the costumes that you want to be in. And for me, it was like, I went from beauty to fashion, which I have no fashion sense though.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not see what I'm wearing?
Okay, no. It's just like I also went to fashion school.
Did you go to FITM or something?
Yeah, I went to FITM. Yeah, so that's crazy.
Yeah, I actually, my goal was to be like a fashion designer. And then like I, started realizing like maybe I was not the best fit to be a fashion designer because I stopped like caring about like clothing and I actually started like enjoying being like fully naked. And it was like a very interesting like change because for me, like the passion was like dressing myself up. And then one day I just I don't wear really a lot of clothes in general. Like I'm wearing the bare minimum right now. I'm not wearing like underwear. I never wear underwear, And then after that, though, I got into fitness. But here's the thing. Everything was content. Like I was making content with it. And then I got into the adult industry and I was able to combine everything that I love. Like, and it's just cool. Like I'm not really as much of a cosplayer, but like I've been able to dabble in it and explore. And like, I think it's so cool that that's like literally what you do.
Yeah.
And you like to dress up and do your makeup. And like, I finger my makeup on. Like this makeup I just do this.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with using your hands. Unpopular opinion.
True, yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like when you're cosplaying, like you're creating a character.
Yeah.
And like you obviously watch the shows, right? And like you know so much more. Yeah. For me, I don't really watch a lot of stuff, so I,
So this the whole cat ears thing.
Yeah, what is that? Explain that.
So I actually made an original character named Himena, and she was a pink cat girl. And as I grew older, and got more into the adult industry, I was like, okay, obviously you have to come up with an alias.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people say to come up with an online persona, but I keep it real, honestly. But I was like, hey, why don't I just make my original character my mascot?
Yeah.
I have these little stickers that I gave you.
I know, I love
them. And so that's my girl, that's my character. And in a way, when I'm working, I try to embody her through work.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you did Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
And then no, you're good. I love the fact that we're having real conversation. But so you did Patreon, and then what was next after that? Were you a premium Snap girl, or?
So I never dabbled in Snapchat, although I was definitely a Snap.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting paid though.
Score?
I wasn't getting paid. So I did Patreon. I was going to school at the same time. I was going to FITM.
Did you finish there?
Yeah, I actually graduated in 2020.
Damn, look at you.
Hopefully, I want to make... Have you ever heard of Moe Flavor?
No,
the brand? They make anime-inspired waifu lingerie, and I kind of want to do that in the future too, I think.
That would be cool.
Yeah, but so I was going to school, and in 2019, in October, my friends were telling me about OnlyFans, and I saw that OnlyFans was a platform that a lot of role models and friends were moving on to.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let's just go on OnlyFans, whatever. But I kind of treated it like a side gig. It was never my main priority.
And I also think too, with OnlyFans, until you see what it can really do, you don't put your because when I started it, you go into it blind. You don't know what it's like until you experience something. You don't get it. For me, doing YouTube and stuff, if I hadn't started YouTube, I wouldn't have known how to work it. Same with OnlyFans. Now with OnlyFans, I could in my sleep close my eyes and use the site. But when I started, I didn't understand what I was expecting. Yeah. So I totally get what you're saying, because it wasn't as big. Now people have expectations.
Well, now it's super saturated because of COVID.
But the expectations too, people get on it thinking it can be a full-time job, not knowing how much effort and time is put into it.
It's a hustle. It's not for the weak-hearted, for sure. So I made my OnlyFans in October of 2019, and I'm a first gen college graduate and student in my family.
Congrats.
So thank you. So my main priority was just school. Impress my parents.
Yeah.
So 2020 rolls around. I start moving away from pictures, and I'm like, oh, people want to pay me for videos.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. And I didn't feel uncomfortable doing that because actually, as soon as I turned 18, I signed up for a cam site and I cammed for a week. And I was like, okay, cool.
What did you think about camming?
I think it's definitely time consuming on a whole other level. It felt a lot like streaming to me.
Yeah.
But I'm really bad at holding a conversation with myself. So it just
talk to myself. I'm so good at talking to myself, and it is so bad because anyone who knows me is like, Sydney, you literally need to shut the fuck up. And I'm like, you know what? You want me to talk more now? I'm like,
challenge accepted.
Yeah, but so when you were 18, you started camming.
Yeah,
you tried it.
For a week because I was like, YOLO.
Did you make it on it?
Yeah, I did. I made $80. I was like, okay, cool.
Which site did you do?
Live Jasmine. But
did you use the same username?
No, I went as a different name.
And when you started OnlyFans, were you did you stick with the name?
No.
At that point? No. So you started as this is always a question I have, because I think a lot of girls think that everyone has it figured out when they start.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
Well, so when I started, I already had a brand, right? Because doing YouTube, I already was known as Fit Sid, and I tried to go by someone else, actually. I tried to go by Olivia.
Really?
And a lot of people don't know. I got doxxed like a ton because people were like, Sydney, like, you're Sydney, stop lying. And they started like throwing my address, my family's info, like everything on Reddit, right? And I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go by my real name because it's causing way too much like commotion.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, and it was hard for me because like I wanted to go by someone like another name because everyone else was doing it, but now I'm so thankful that I don't because I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows pretty much, like I've been on the internet for 10 years, so there's a lot that I've shared in that 10 years, and there's a lot that like a simple Google, you know, can pull up.
I think I think for me, like I didn't even go as Nekomiiya when I first started. Like it took so much time brainstorming and like sitting in front of a computer playing. I'm like a big Photoshop person. You know, I like graphic design. So messing around with making logos, fonts, figuring out names. So trust me, it's a process. It's a process. Not everyone has it figured out at the beginning. I think a rare amount of people actually do.
Yeah, well, and like for me, so I used to be Fashion Barbie 16. That was like my original username on the internet. And then A Healing Princess at one point, and then Fit Sid was like what I've been, you know, for the past like 4 or 5 years, maybe 6. I think 6 years now I've been Fit Sid. But the thing that's so crazy is like I think people, they think we all have it figured out because they see what we are now.
Yeah.
And like I know if I would have met you at an anime convention or at like, you know, an event, you wouldn't have been that.
Oh, absolutely not. I would have just been like, hi, my name is actual name.
And like I think a lot of girls and guys and fans too, they don't understand, like, you found me here, but I started all the way back here.
Oh yeah. So I was going through school, and I graduated, you know, 2020 rolls around. I'm doing school at home. It sucks. I graduate in September. I'm also, after that point, I started working at Starbucks. I had a Starbucks job for 3 months, and I just could not deal with it. I'm like, everyone was telling me like, COVID's fake. You don't need to wear a mask. People, it was bad. I was working in Malibu too, so like the Karens were crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what, dude? This. I'm just gonna take that jump and do OnlyFans full time. I still lived with my parents at that point, so I was like, whatever. You know, like at least I have like a security blanket of some kind. So I took the jump, and when I took that jump, I made so much money, and I was like,
because you spent all your time doing it, right?
I was like, like, whoa. Okay, this is not a bad decision for me. So I started taking it seriously in November of 2020, and now I'm here.
Have you always been a sexual person?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think that's something that a lot of people, so the people that I've noticed that have been successful with OnlyFans, like Kazumi, I've heard she's very
She's crazy.
Yeah. And I know that you say that you are. I know I am. And like all the girls that I've like Crystal, like, you know, all of my like real friends that I can vouch for that are actually like nymphos that are successful at OnlyFans. And by successful, you guys, I'm saying they can like live off of it, you know? And that's what I gauge the success on. I'm not talking like how many followers they have, how popular they are. I'm literally saying like they can pay their bills.
I also really quick. I also think that's definitely a spectrum because I'm not even like 1%.
Yeah.
Like, but I can still live off of it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I want people to understand, like, that it's not girls that are making like a ton of money. It's literally like, I consider success to be, you can live off of it. You can do it and you feel good about it. You wake up, you know, because I think the girls that do it that aren't, that's like, you burn out so quick.
Yeah.
You start hating your life. You get depressed. You're stuck at home playing with your and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like I enjoy doing that. Like I genuinely enjoy texting. Like I love dirty talking. Other people don't like that. So if they don't like it, they're not gonna be able to have longevity in it.
They're like forcing themselves to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that seems really difficult.
Yeah.
If I didn't like doing this, I think I would hate my life.
Well, and that's why I don't cosplay a lot. Like I like to cosplay when I'm in the mood. Like Velma, Daphne, Lola Bunny, Snow White. I really like doing like Disney princesses
There
because
are
like
definitely like cute low effort cosplays.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be like super humongous.
But for me, that keeps it where I'm not getting frustrated because I'm not good at doing my makeup. I'm not good at like, the things that like other people are passionate about, like you, and like pulling together something to wear. And that is hard for me. Like it's not a passion. But for you, you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to shoot this, What are some of your favorite ones that you've done?
So there's this game called League of Legends.
Mm-hmm. And I actually know what game you're talking
about. So there's this game called League of Legends, and I've been playing since 2013. Flex moment to those who care. My highest ranking was Plat 2, so I'm a real gamer.
Damn, Plat 2, baby.
But there's this character, Ari. She's a nine-tailed fox, and I did like her magical girl skin. Well, it's Star Guardian. Her Star Guardian skin, and that's like my favorite. She's like my wife. I love her. I have all of her skins. I will log on to, I don't play as much anymore, but I will literally log on to League of Legends just to buy a new skin that's released for her and then log off.
Dang.
Yeah.
So I also heard through the, you go to those anime conventions and stuff.
Oh,
I really want to know.
I do.
I know that you've done some anime. I need the deets on that.
So they actually exist.
Explain it to me, like the whole process. Like, how did you find out, and what happened your first time?
So I found out through my ex. My ex was like, "Hey, like, we like connected a lot." Yeah. But I broke up with him because that's like literally all that happened.
Right.
But he was like, hey, there's this big anime convention in Los Angeles, Anime Expo. Everybody books a hotel nearby. Airbnb, it hasn't really been a thing until recently. So everybody's in the room partying, drinking, whatever. Yeah. Right. And he was like, hey, so like my friend's putting together an, do you want to go? And I'm like, yes.
You're like, I want to experience
I'm like, yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Was that your first in general?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my first in general. And basically what happens is you kind of have to like know somebody there. It's not something that you can just like stumble into.
Well, yeah.
Although that has actually happened to me once. I'll get to that later. But basically he knew this guy who was putting it together. There's a host. Yeah. And he's like, he doesn't want anybody else having his information. So I kind of had to go through my ex to get through the host. Send a photo of my ID. Yeah. They check ID at the door too. Like when you enter, they're like, hey bro, like, where's your ID? I need to make sure you're over 18, obviously.
Right. No, that's good though.
And I mean, it was just like people in wigs and people not in wigs, just like in a hotel room. Like, but you wouldn't even be able to tell how loud they were being because there were also parties happening. So it was like perfect. So I walked in there. I was a little shy because I was like, oh, like.
How old were you?
I was 18.
So you were like fresh.
Yeah. I was fresh meat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was 18. I walk in and I'm just I didn't know what to wear. So I like wore like a sexy kind of dress, lingerie, but I realized that the lingerie didn't even matter because it was going to come off. Yeah. But yeah, I just like jumped into it and I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Isn't it wild though when you experience that for the first time? Like my first, it was like so great. Like you're in it. Yeah. And like you're like, wait, I'm doing this.
I felt like and it's because I am a
yeah, but like once you experience it, it's like, whoa. Like I'm the type of person that like I like to try new things. But like not every opportunity presents itself like the way it has for you. Like it took me 4 years. I was 22 and my first literally like just experienced that recently versus you were 18.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, in the anime community, like I was partying when I was 16. Yeah. Like at anime conventions, it is easier to find alcohol than it is to find water. People will walk around with like Gatorade bottles or like water bottles. It's vodka, bro. It's tequila. It's like a mix. Like it is not water.
Do you think anime people are
Yes. I think anime people are the craziest, most fun people I've ever like been with. A lot of people are like, oh, you guys are nerds. And you're not wrong. But a lot of these nerds yeah, but a lot of these nerds are very and also a lot of these nerds go on to have like nerdy jobs that pay really well. So they host like amazing parties.
And I also think too, like you have to have an outlet in some way. And at least for me, like because I've always been like a little bit more nerdy and awkward, but like in the way where like I still have social skills. Like, you know, there's like this awkward, like actually on the way here at the airport when I was 17, he was like 25. So bad to say. I didn't him right away, but we had gone on a date.
Oh my gosh.
And then I ran into him at the airport, and he's like 30 now. And like we both were walking past each other, and this literally just happened.
Oh my God.
We were walking past each other, and we just stared at each other, and I'm like, and he's like, I know you. And I'm like, and I think his name was Sean. I can't remember. It's been like a few years, but like it was crazy because like he was super nerdy, but like actually crazy as he is. Yeah. But like he also told me, he was like, you're so nerdy. It's like hot because like I like nerd out on editing and like all this other shit. And I thought it was hot that he like knew what I was talking about. You know what I mean? And like with the anime stuff, you kind of like have that like that connection.
So I'm single, right?
Yeah.
But I will not date a man if he doesn't play video games and if he doesn't watch his anime. Those are my 2 musts. If you do not do those things.
Do you judge which video games and which animes they choose?
If they say their favorite anime is Dragon Ball Z.
What about Attack on Titans?
Okay, I like Attack on Titan.
So you won't judge.
So I won't judge Attack on Titan.
So you'll date me. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Come here. But yeah, if some dude tells me his favorite anime is Dragon Ball, I'm like, don't talk to me. don't talk to me.
Because that's pretty basic, right? Like,
well, I don't think it's like basic, but it definitely takes a certain audience to like it. And most of the men that I've met that like Dragon Ball, I'm like, you guys are like actually weird and creepy. No offense. If you're like a decent Dragon Ball fan, I'm sorry. But
you're really telling me how you feel.
Yes. But if he plays League of Legends, so League of Legends is like the most toxic game anyone could ever play. I'm going to admit it. I get tilted so bad. Like I will rage on League of Legends. That's the only time people will see me angry.
So if I want to see you angry.
Yeah, put me in
What if that turns me on seeing you mad?
I'll hate you afterwards.
See, so like you need a man that's going to like get you mad that you have hate, and then it's like
honestly,
great,
I'm
right?
probably better than him anyways. But
those are fighting words.
Yeah, but if he plays League of Legends, I think he's so already. Like his appeal went up +10.
So we're gonna have to put on your Tinder literally that line. If you play League of Legends, you're already sexy.
Yeah, I'll you. If they play League of Legends, like it's a done deal.
Like your is just waterfall.
Yeah.
Noted. That's how I feel about like a man who like. This sounds so bad, but like when they have like a nice smile, I'm like, oh, give it to me, more, daddy, or like when they're like chivalrous.
Oh, so sweet.
I love a nice boy. I'm like, I don't want a douchebag. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone is into different things, and like some of my friends really genuinely are into douchebags. Like that's their type. Yeah. And then they tell me every time, they're like, Sydney, why do I always get treated like shit? And I'm like, because you literally picked the guy who doesn't care about you. Like they'll have a dude that's in front of them that's like down. And then they're like, oh my God, Peter didn't text me for 6 days. He finally texted me. I'm going to date him. And I'm like, what about Paul? Paul like brought you flowers last night and bought you dinner. And I'm like, that's who I would pick. Like,
that's
I
who
like
I would pick
effort.
Too.
Yeah.
That's definitely who I would pick too.
Do you care about like type? Do you care about like anything else besides like the 2 things you said, or are those your like legit deal breakers?
It's like legit. Like they actually need to play video games and watch anime,
which makes sense because I'm a very like active like travel person, and my rule is like I need someone who can genuinely like be down to go on a road trip or adventure with me. Yeah, because and also like they have to be into public stuff. Yeah, ooh, because. For me, that's where I like genuinely find like my kicks. Like when I want to have fun with someone, like and do something fun, I want to fucking go on a road trip in the middle of nowhere.
Roadhead's the best.
Yeah, like that stuff's fun. But the problem with a lot of people, at least in my opinion, is like they don't realize what they're into, what their deal breakers are. Like I know I'm fine with the dude that plays video games. That doesn't bother me because I need personal time too. Yeah, and I like that someone finds something they enjoy. Yeah. I just don't know if I could handle someone who spends, like, that's their life. You know what I mean?
It's definitely like a balance. It's a balancing act, right?
But you probably would like it. It's a bonding thing. Yeah. Versus for me, that would be their personal time. You know what I mean? So I know for me, like, I don't care if they play video games, but I want someone who, like, they could do what I like to do, like the travel and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's where I connect versus you're like over here, like, I love that. Like, I want that.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
This is like my biggest fantasy. Like, I want only of gamer men.
Ooh.
Like they need to come to the door, tell me what their favorite video game is, pull up stats. Yeah. Like I need to see it's legit. Just an of gamer men. Like I need it to happen. Like
oh my god.
Specifically.
That would be amazing.
That's how much I love like gamers. Like it's bad. Like
that's not bad though, because I think it's nice that you know what you like. Yeah. I think everyone secretly likes something. It's just, are you aware enough to know if you like it? And if you've become curious about my content, you can always go to onlyfans.com/fitsid. That's my VIP OnlyFans. I'm on there every day. I post every day. All of my scenes, pictures, everything is on there for one low price of $35 a month. So that's less than getting a cup of coffee every day at Starbucks, and you get to see everything I've posted in the last 4 years. I also have a free OnlyFans, which is onlyfans.com/XXXFitSid. So that has my free OnlyFans. You can unlock as in like a la carte options, or if you just want to go to my website, fitsid.com, FITSID.com. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know in case you had a little bit of curiosity. So the fitness industry is really similar to the anime community. So like when I was in bodybuilding and stuff and like really heavy into fitness, I would go to conventions. And like I've actually talked about this on like a very early podcast episode where I was talking about how like you know how at conventions they have the booths? Yeah. And they have like the black curtains that like you can go behind them and like there's
behind them?
Yes. And the thing that's like so crazy is like I didn't understand that was like typical. In every industry, I feel like
the black curtains or the behind black curtains
at conventions.
Oh yeah.
So like,
okay, yeah.
So like, I think that it's crazy because like when I started doing that, I thought I was like cool and kinky and like
I'm
different.
Special.
Yeah, I'm special. And then I started getting older and realizing like this is like actually like a normal thing. Like once you're in that industry or community that you find, like a lot of people are, you know, canoodling.
Okay. So the thing about anime, I think the thing that sets aside like anime convention as opposed to regular is the fact that people are straight up like cosplaying and you can fulfill like so many people's fantasies. So I've been to like 3. Not that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, three's a good number.
Are hard to pull off in my opinion. So the fact that you've been to 3,
they're really easy. Let me take you to an anime convention. Let me change your mind.
I will dress up. We can match.
Yeah. So like, you know, I think it's really cool that guys get to like their favorite anime character. Yeah. Like that's really cool. I'm also like, I'm not a people pleaser, but I definitely do like making people happy. And it like makes my wet knowing that I'm fulfilling this guy's fantasy of his waifu. You know what I mean?
No, I totally get that. Yeah. That's kind of how like, okay, for me, I do like the Velma cosplay and I don't do it like the best or anything like that, but like
I think you're cute.
I definitely pull it off with the glasses and stuff because I naturally wear this stuff. But like I have done full like real sex tapes as Velma.
Yeah.
And people always tell me, they're like, yeah, I love that you're like legit fucking a dude. And then like the dude will text me like, you know, 3 weeks later. And they'll be like, yeah, not just thanks. They'll be like, oh my God, like that video's so hot. I'm watching it now. I just busted all over my phone. And I'm over here like, yeah.
I wish I recorded them.
What?
I did the ones that I went to.
Well, you'd have to have like a ton of model releases.
Yeah. But like,
do you think they'd ever be down?
If I hosted one, I actually do want to do that. I do want to host like a cosplay, and I will actually be like, hey guys, come over. I think you should. You get to fuck me in a cosplay, probably like Hinata from Naruto. Yeah. Just because like I'm not like the biggest Naruto fan. I think it's a good anime, but everyone loves Hinata. You know, she's a girl. Yeah. I actually have like an outfit for her in my bag. I'm like,
so you're prepared.
Yeah, I am prepared for anything.
She's like, I'm ready for the now. She's like, Sydney, let's find these guys at the hotel and let's get them in here.
Yeah. You down?
No. I'm down. But I like attention from like I like that type of. Have you done boy girl?
Okay, yes. I've also gone to like I've done too. Yeah.
I haven't done it.
They're fun. It definitely like a lot of work. Like they're definitely, but you take breaks. Don't worry. So you're not going at it all the time. Yeah. They also have like cheese platters from like Costco. Pretty good.
Damn, pretty that sounds fancy.
But anime people are probably arguably the most people like I have ever hung out with and set my eyes upon. When you go to the parties and like hotel rooms, there's alcohol, there's a ton of people. It's just like an equation for making out, one night stands. And
do you think that you could ever like date someone from or like if you met them at an anime convention? Because like I always wonder, everyone has different preferences. For me, I really don't think I could like meet them there and just like date. I think I'd have to meet them before.
Yeah, see, I think I would have to take them to one as a trial to see like how they roll, because I'm definitely inherently a sexual person. Yeah, I am also like non-monogamous. Yeah. Okay, so I was gonna ask that. So like, what are your views on dating and like obviously what you do? Yeah. So I'm not polyamorous because I definitely can't give my romantic attention to more than one person at a time. Same here. But like swinging is totally cool with me. I can't like, it's not that I can't imagine only one person my entire life. It's just that I'm such a that I need to like everyone I think is hot. Yeah. It's you know.
I definitely, for me, like I'm like a weirdo. Okay, first of all, I like definitely I like sex more than like I love, but I definitely like the whole BBG stuff. I get off so quick to like I have oral fixation, and then like penetration is like my so like I think in an ideal world I would love to have a man who was like down to do 3 at least with I don't know if I could do another girl low key. I'm a little too territorial. I would be fine with him fucking other girls. Yeah. I don't think I could do it with them because for me, like, unless I'm like down for that girl, what I'm into like would be the sexual pleasure, not the other person, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being selfish, girl.
But the thing is, I wouldn't care if they like if I'm allowed to go and go someone else. I don't care if they do as long as they're tested. Yeah, yeah. Because I think that's like the hardest thing is like that is in my opinion where I've seen relationships get fucked up because of cheating, quote unquote. Like people don't realize you can be non-monogamous and cheat, and you can be non-monogamous and never cheat.
It really just comes down to communication, I think,
and honesty. Because I know for me, like I'm very like honest and like loyal, and like I'm the type of girl that's like, oh yeah, baby, I had such a good shoot today. My hurts so bad. And like one time I called my ex and I was like, I hurt my and he's like, can you just use your mouth? He was so supportive. I know that sounds but like he was so supportive. And in that moment I was like, damn, I'm gonna continue being with you. Like you just like sealed the deal with no insecurity, understanding that like this is something that I'm like number one doing because I enjoy to do it, because I wouldn't do it if I didn't want to. And then also like that there's a different type of love that we have. Yeah. And like I think that's where people they start falling in love with multiple or not even being in love with the first person.
Yeah. I think also my views on it had to do a lot with the I watched growing up.
What kind of
Okay,
I low-key like
straight up. So the first I ever saw, my cousin showed me a hentai, and I'll never forget it. I'm like, whoa. My favorite hentai, my favorite is Euphoria, School Dropout, and there's like another monster one that I can never remember. Show me. I will. No, seriously, I will. Dropout is like Dropout is really hot. There's also this doujin called Metamorphosis. That's like it's really fucked up, but it's really sexy. And for those of you who know, go like wash your eyes. Don't look this up. Don't look this up, okay?
So if you don't know what it is, to actually look it up.
Yeah, if you don't know what it is, don't look it up. And if you know what it is, go to church. But I watched a lot of like gang eyes and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's just like I think that shaped a lot of like my personal views and likes. Yeah, I'm definitely into like being used just by a bunch of guys. Like that's just like my.
That's actually was my next question was like, what are your fetishes and turn-ons? And then we'll get into turn-offs. But let's talk about what you like first.
Okay, so I'm really into I'm really into, like just multiple guys and girls. I'm bisexual.
You like feeling like a doll?
Yes. Yeah. I love just being like, I should have brought my collar and leash, but I have like a collar and leash for stuff like that. I'm really.
Have you been to FetCon?
No.
I think you would really enjoy. I think it's in August.
Ooh.
Because it's usually around my birthday. Usually I spend.
Your birthday's in August? When's your birthday?
10th.
I'm the 27th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see? And it's always like around that time. I believe it's like in that era. So like anytime I've gone, they've like celebrated my birthday with all my friends,
Yeah.
But I think you would like it.
Yeah. I'm also unironically really, I'm not into like furries, but I'm into like, being like a cat girl and like a pet play. I'm really into pet play. I'm really into like entering.
And is that like being kenneled and stuff?
So
Not like I know there's levels to it.
Yeah. So yes, I do enjoy that level. I've never had anybody like okay with that level though. Like I'm like, bro, get me a kennel, like give me a bed, like I will enter that space. But every guy or person I've talked to about it, they're like, that's I'm not okay with that. And I'm like, okay. Sad. I just want to be someone's cat girl, man. And
I think that's the interesting thing is like you seem. Are you more submissive then?
Yeah. I can be so submissive that I'm actually dominant. Like if my partner is like, hey, like I want you to be dominant, I'm so submissive that I'll like dom them a little because I'm like, I want to make you happy. Yeah. I want to do whatever you want me to do.
Meanwhile, I'm like very dominant. So like I'm the type that would lock you in the kennel and like tell you that you've been a bad cat. But like that's the thing is I don't think I could ever handle like being too submissive. Like certain people I definitely could if I feel like safe.
Yeah.
But I don't have that type of personality. Like if I was in a with you, pretend it's like all guys and like only dom girls. Like I could easily like make it very like you're a doll. But I feel like I don't know if I could have with a girl dominating me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Like you like being used like that.
Thankfully though, like you have all the power. Like like what you want to happen, what you don't want to happen, you make the rules. But yeah, so I'm very submissive in nature. I like being used. I'm really into like edge play, force
did you say you like being tied up?
Yeah. Well, I didn't say that, but yes, I love shibari. Honestly, like I just want to wear cat ears and be tied up in somebody's closet and just like glory too. That's also like a huge of mine.
I've always had that as a fantasy. I've always wanted to do that.
I'm also really into breeding.
Oh, I was going to ask you about pies. I love pies too.
Yeah.
And so you know how when you take antibiotics for birth control?
Yes.
So I legit like cried so hard because I was in Vegas and I was like all these people, right? And I literally had to tell the first dude because I was like he was like, are you cool with pies? Like, you know how you always go over consent?
Of course.
And even if you're like in your personal life, like even if it's like not like a sit down consent conversation, like there's always that question of like, where do I? Yes. So it's like anytime someone asks, I'm like, anywhere you want, baby, like just give it to me. But usually when we're like, just fill me up,
Yeah, I'm like that.
On that trip, I literally had to be like, my face,
so
my
sad.
face, like
it's so sad.
I'm like, I don't want to have a baby. I was like, it's hot in like retrospect, but like I don't want to.
I can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, and maybe if like I have this thing where if I look at someone, I'm like, could I have babies with you? when I meet someone where I'm like that it's important that I want to have babies with, maybe I'll let them breed me.
I haven't had this happen yet, but it's like a huge fantasy of mine. That gamer boy. Yeah. I want everyone to me. Like I want
that would be hot. Like
I want everybody to like my like 100%.
I think that would be hot. I would pay for that.
Yeah. I'll invite you. When I put it together, I'll invite you. So
Let me be your moral support, give you water through the
But yeah, so I'm trying to think about.
I feel like you could actually make that happen.
I feel like I could. Yeah. And now that I'm talking about it, I feel like I'm manifesting it.
The
more.
wheels are turning.
If you're interested, DM me.
Yeah, hit her up. Yeah, right. go to her OF, you guys.
I'm trying to think of turn-offs now, though.
Yeah, like what are things that genuinely turn you off?
I think, okay, this is going to sound a little but I really get turned off by guys who can't keep it hard for more than one round. I'm trying to f a lot, bro. So if you're like once you're done kind of dude, you're not for me.
I think if the chemistry is good enough, have you ever had someone where like chemistry is like amazing? Does it? Because I think when I have like hot and heavy chemistry, like you go rounds and there's not an issue. Have you had someone that you've had like major chemistry with and it just doesn't go anywhere?
Yes.
See, because I think when that happens, like it's for me at least, like the people that can't go rounds, it's like I've never had that like chemistry with them. But I also think I'm so scary and like dominant and like the way that I am as a person scares off the dudes that are, because they're like, I can't handle you, Sydney. But I also feel like because you're more submissive, like they're like the dudes.
It definitely depends. But I'm also, I guess, you know what? I'm actually going to rephrase that. I think I'm going to rephrase it to I'm not into guys who can't get their dicks hard fast.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I understand. Like,
do you like foreplay?
Yes. And I'm a big foreplay person, like if you're like eating me out while you're like fluffing yourself, go for it, bro. I'm not the biggest on just because
you don't like giving.
Okay. I love giving but I have TMJ.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that. When you started putting your hands together, I was like, ooh, she's gonna tell me that.
I have TMJ, so it's really hard. Like, actually, hold on, give me your hand.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you do. I can vouch for her.
Yeah.
She has TMJ, so that probably makes giving head hard. So it makes
it hard, but I love giving sloppy. Like, I love giving sloppy toppy. So let's see. I'm trying to think of other turnoffs. I think also guys who kind of I'm into the whole like daddy thing.
Yeah.
But there are definitely guys who are cringy about it.
Yeah.
And they're like,
and they don't deserve the daddy.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, bro, like you're not all that, like calm down. Humble yourself really quick, or else I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
Also, I think this is another really major turnoff. If I like fart or burp or whatever during sex, I laugh it off because I'm like, okay, whatever, that's just like a human, like a normal human thing. But guys who are like, oh my God, did you just do that? I'm like, dude, you're done f***ing me. Get out of here. Like,
that's another thing. I think I'm so weird that I just pull dudes who are like, do it again. Like, no joke. Like I think that like, I think that's another thing. Like, I don't think I've ever had anyone get weird about that. Like, the thing, you know what I started saying?
What?
I'm like, it's just so big it pushes air into me. Because that's like what it is. You're opened up and then they're like,
that's so funny.
Yeah. And then like I have a lot of guys who like I actually like this dude that like likes to lick my armpits and my belly button. Like so like I get the dudes that I think are like that doesn't like freak them out.
Yeah.
The things that freak them out are like when I tell them like put a baby in me or something, they're like sitting. No, stop.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually do like to be on top, and I like tell them, I'll be like, I'm gonna make you a dad.
Oh like, God, that's hot.
And they're like, I can see like they get worried, but I mean, they're enjoying themselves too much to like care in that moment.
Yeah, dude. Now I'm gonna have to like channel my inner you and be like, I'm gonna make you a dad.
Yeah, like,
should I try that later today?
I'll look them in the eyes and I'll be like, I'm about to make you a dad.
Bro.
or I'll flip it around. I'll be like, I really want you to make me a mom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm like that.
What size are they?
They are like a 40 DD.
Yeah, I knew they would be
but
big.
they're definitely like longer rather than like fuller.
Mine are like longer. Yeah.
Everybody is look really different, even though they're similar sizes. But I'm definitely like natural Ds.
You're also like, you have a big chest, so they're not going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like the bigger your are, the more like long, quote unquote, they are. But like, I don't really think that's a bad thing. I think it's called like natural. You know?
No, exactly.
Like mine, I'm a G cup, and like literally, as I used to be a triple D when I like first started all this, right? When I was a triple D, they were like still lower because obviously like you have gravity, and then I'd see these other girls and then be like, oh my God, like I wish my were like more full.
Okay. When I first started, I had no chest.
Now I'm curious. Oh my gosh.
I was so flat chested when I started.
Wow.
This is the first photo shoot I ever did.
How do you think you gained?
Probably birth control and also
did you
guys
get on
like touching them. Later? Yeah. Because I was really into guys.
Yeah.
Like I also
I've been on birth control for a really long time, so I don't even know.
This doesn't have to do with anime, but I used to be a frat house. Like I had a frat house that I would go to, and they knew me as like the girl to like go to if they wanted to get laid. And
that was me in high school.
I would let guys tie me there. So when I started doing that, I kind of started like, going to frat parties more. So birth control probably gave me these, also more guys touching them.
That makes sense. I actually like massages. Like I find it to be so. My massage person is like, never gonna do that to me. But like, I like wish I could ask her like, yo, can you just massage my in like the least sexual way possible? Because I love like the massage part. Like I actually have friends who like were obviously real friends, and like they'll lay in my bed and just rub my and like they aren't trying to be sexual. I'm not, but like if someone walked in on us, they'd be like, what is this right now? Because like I'm like low key moaning because it feels good, but like not in the way that like
I know what you're talking about. That's how I feel about my ass. I like guys like grabbing my ass.
My massage lady will rub my ass. I don't know how to be like, yo, can you rub my
just be like, my chest kind of hurts.
Yeah, but I want like the whole part. She'll stay like
here. She'll stay like up here.
Yeah, like she's very respectful.
Slip her an extra tip. Be like, hey, bro. Like
I think she does happy endings, so I'm scared that she'll do the whole thing.
I'll just be like, hey, bro. Like okay. Honestly, I would just ask her for real. Just be like, look, this is gonna sound weird, but like my really hurt, and I was wondering if maybe you'd be willing to massage them. Best case scenario, she says yes. Worst case scenario, she's no. Just like,
and then it's awkward for the rest of my life.
No.
I did try and like ask if she does like, okay, so you know how people do back facials?
What?
Yeah, like a back facial. Like they do like you lay on your back and they do like a facial on your back.
I did not know that was a thing. So
that's like a normal thing that a lot of people do, right? So
I guess for people who have like back knee and stuff. Okay,
yeah. So I asked her, I was like, could you do that on my because like she was like, oh, that's a little weird. And like she was just massaging my back. So I just asked her, I was like, just trying to like throw it in the conversation. But I think she definitely was like, why is Sydney asking me this right now? And I like tried to play it off being like, oh, my pores need to be cleared or whatever. But there's definitely no pores that need to be cleared there. But
that's funny.
Because I just wanted like a massage there. But I don't know how to like,
Yeah, definitely go to like a shady massage place then and be like, look, I just need a massage. I don't need you to do anything else.
This is why I have friends though. Because
that's true.
I just tell them, I'm like, yo.
Do you use oil?
Not on the underside of my.
Okay.
But I like low. Well, it just depends. So like, are you an oil person?
Not really. I'm more of a cream person. Yeah. I prefer lotion rather than oil.
Same. So my thing is like I like massage lotion, not massage oil. But I've had like guys off Tinder, like legit. I had one guy who literally texted me. We had matched like a long time ago, and he like hits me up and he's like, "Hey, can I just come over and massage you?" Oh. And like when he did, he like brought his own oil and like he was like ready, like and it was brand new bottle. Like this man was ready.
My.
But then he ended up being like, "Oh my god, I probably got you pregnant," and he like ran out of my house, and I was like, "What the f- just happened?" I'm on birth control. Like his brain was like, he was like 26, and I was like, "Dude, like, how do you not understand how this works?" Like
men.
Yeah, but it was funny because it all started with the massage, and I think he like really likes giving massages, so he got like 2 turned on.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I've actually given somebody a happy ending like massage. They like, and I filmed it too because they were like, "Yeah, I don't care if you film this."
It was. Did you like rub their too?
Yeah, and then like actually give him a foot too. I was like,
oh
yeah, I do. I get.
Did you put oil on your feet?
No, I didn't. I kind of spit on them because I was like,
That's smart.
I'm sorry.
I was curious.
Yeah, I didn't put oil, but he had like, okay, it was a dude off of Tinder too. And he was like, yo, like I have a happy ending massage. Cause we were talking and we got whatever. And I'm like, I'll do that for you. I'll like fulfill your fantasy. So I like put on like a little outfit. Yeah. I rented a massage table. Like, no, seriously. Like, I rented a massage table.
Damn, you went all in.
I did.
I have a massage table now, but the only reason why is because I f***ed on this guy's, and then, like, I bought him a replacement because we broke it. And then he never wanted the replacement, so now I just have it.
Oh, wow. Now it's just yours.
Yeah, but, like, do you know what newer massage is?
No.
It's like where you use your body to massage someone else, but you're naked.
Oh, okay.
That to me, like, you know how you were talking about hentai?
Mm-hmm.
Like
the rubbing together.
I genuinely, like, if I had to pick up that I like used to watch, it was definitely that. Before it was like super popular because now they have like sites dedicated to that. But that's something I've always wanted to like try.
Hi.
Right? Like you know what I mean though? Because it's like you can use.
It's fun.
It's fun. I'm just scared of being all oily and not being able to get a grip.
Yeah, that one is definitely got to use oil rather than lotion. Yeah. But it's like really fun. Also, what a lot of people do is they'll get like an inflatable pool and then like do it in there. So that way they kind of keep the mess like contained. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So there you go. If you ever do it, get an inflatable pool.
I know, and I'll send you a selfie. I'll be like, look what I'm doing. I'm trying it.
Bucket list. Check.
Yeah. Is there anything on your bucket list that you've never done that you want to do?
Okay. I think in terms of like sexual experiences, I've kind of gotten everything down other than like the Gamer Boy thing. I definitely want a Gamer Boy thing.
Yeah.
I also this one is a little creepy, might be a little unpopular, but I'm also really into CNC.
Okay. Well, I think here's the thing, it's consent, non-consent.
Yes.
As long as you discuss it ahead of time, right? Like, is that how you would do it?
Yeah. So one thing I really want to happen is I actually genuinely want to get kidnapped. Yeah. I want to be put in a dirty mattress in like an abandoned warehouse. Yeah. And I want to be by construction workers.
The construction workers kind of came out of left field, but hey.
Yeah. I have like this really big also like construction worker. That one is like totally separate from.
I will get my construction worker vest today and my hard hat. Just kidding.
Like no, seriously. I think construction workers are like so hot.
And I like someone that works hard.
That one is definitely like very out of left field, but like
that's not like that left field.
I specifically, well, I mean, it can happen with anybody, like getting kidnapped, getting whatever. But like, if it could be construction workers,
that is a little bit left field, like with that whole scenario.
But I saw of it happening once, and I was like, I want this to happen to me.
And you got stuck.
Yeah, I was like, I need this to happen to me.
I feel like in Miami it actually could happen because there's so much construction here.
Yeah,
we just gotta plan.
Gotta be on the lookout.
Yeah,
gotta find the nearest crane construction site, and I'll be like, hey,
you're like, here's where I'm staying. Come kidnap me and me.
But yeah, if it happens with gamer boys too, or just like men, I'll be happy.
I think that's awesome. I think consent, non-consent, as long as it's like with the person, like you like talk about it ahead of time and tell them like, hey, like I'm giving you permission to do this. Like,
have you heard that girl that died because of? Yeah, there's this girl who like she passed because she was in like a super long, and I think she drowned in or something. But I'm like, I'm trying to be like that. Like, not dying. Yeah. But, like, I'm just trying to get, like an extreme, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm like that. Definitely all vibes.
I used to be into that stuff until I think because I've, like, learned what I really, really like. Like, when I started everything, I used to actually like pain. And I used to, like, other things, like, in that realm. And then I think I started, like, finding other things that I like better. And it changed.
Yeah.
But I understand both sides. So whenever people are like, oh, you don't like pain, like you don't get it, Sydney. I'm like, well, actually, like I used to. And I used to like the consent, non-consent and all that. But then like, you know, when you experience certain things, you're like, either you like it more or you like it less.
Yeah. I'm definitely not into like pain. That one's a little tricky. I don't mind getting like slapped and like on my and stuff, whatever, but I've been hit too many times in the face now, I think, especially with my TMJ. I'm like, okay, this is off limits. I used to be really into like slapping and stuff like that, but just not anymore. I have to
be so mind by that, like, that'll be the only time that people smack me now, is if I'm like that mind by.
Yeah, some is pretty good. Some it will definitely make you do things you normally don't do.
Dead serious. You're gonna have to tell me when you have your next anime or.
I'm actually going to an anime convention after this. It's the last week of May? Yeah, it's the last week of May, and I'm actually going. So maybe I'll send you a little picture. I'll put one together. I'll be like.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I got to talk to you today.
Yeah, this was really fun.
Where can they find you?
So you can find me on onlyfans.com/Nekomiiya. I do have a website, direct.me/Nekomiiya, where there are all of my links. My main Instagram account just got deleted. Sad.
I'm sorry.
But my new one is also nekomiiya.vip.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have all her links in the description down below, you guys. But I'm so glad I got to talk to you. Just remember, you guys, you are always somebody's type. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great week. Sydney out.